Hi folks, Dom here from Essential RC, showing you a really nice model that I know FMS have had for quite a while. This is their 1.5 m Cessna 182, an iconic full-size aircraft that first came out in 1956 and is still flown a lot today. So this was super easy to put together, no glue required. It literally just bolts together in about 15 minutes. So here's my little guide to how to put one of these together. You would have thought this Cessna would come in a much larger box, but they've been quite clever in the way they've designed it so that the fuselage is in two sections, front and back, and that enables it to be in a much smaller box. Anyway, if you take the carton out of the cardboard box, then you'll see that all the parts are very well protected inside that carton. There are two layers to this carton. The main front section is in the section below. Take all the parts out of the carton and this is what you have on the table. Not too many parts, as you can see, so this is going to be very quick to put together. Noticing some of the detail already, especially the cockpit. So you can see the pilot in his seats, front and back seats, and you've also got a really nice dashboard as well. So first step of the assembly is to attach the rear section to the front section of the fuselage. You'll see there are 4 cables coming out of the rear section. Align the rear section with the front section so they're close enough together for you to connect those cables. Make sure the orientation is correct, that the black wire lines up with the black wire in the opposite plug, and then slide the rod from the rear section into the tube in the front section. You'll see that there is a hole in the top and bottom of the front section that will line up with the rear section, and that's where you screw in 2 bolts to make sure they stay together. Carbon tube goes through the hole in the rear section and then slide on the horizontal stabilizers onto either side, making sure the joiner for the elevator slides into the section on the other side. Flip the fuselage over and drop the landing gear into place. There's a plastic cover that goes over the top, and then screw in the 4 bolts to hold it in place. Next step is to install the nose landing gear. So if you take the canopy off by pressing on the button just behind it, then that will release. You can take that off and you'll see there is a ply plate with the straps that will hold the flight battery in place. Probably just one screw holding that ply plate in place, so undo that. There are other screws in the packet that we can use later when we put it back. But undo that screw, take that ply plate out, and you'll see the speed controller and the wires are underneath. But we're going to focus on the landing gear, so insert that nose landing gear underneath and you'll see the top of that poke through the fuselage. Grab the large white arm out of the packet and press that in place, making sure that the little prong at the end of it goes through the servo arm that you can see here. Then secure in place with a bolt. Next step is to fit the wings, and you can leave this until you get to the flying field if you want to, but if not, then you insert the carbon tube through the fuselage. And then take one of the wing halves and you'll look underneath there under these tabs, and you click on the on part until they are latched up like this. Slide the wing half onto the carbon tube and engage it into the side of the fuselage, and then click those tabs shut. Do it for each side. Attach the wing struts. You will find that they are labelled at each end, left and right. So here you see the left strut, and you'll notice at the top end that's the narrower peg that you need to slide into position. Against the fuselage it's a larger plastic fitting, but they just lock in place and slide backwards. Do it for left and the right side of the fuselage. Final stage of assembling this Cessna 182 is to fit the propeller and spinner. So slide the back plate onto the motor shaft and then slide the propeller onto the motor shaft, ensuring that the curves of the propeller are matched to the curves of the back plate, then the washer, and then the bolt. Use a screwdriver or similar to tighten up that bolt, but not too, don't over tighten it, because that could break the thread on the motor shaft, and then just push the spinner in place itself, and that just clicks in place. Very final step is to use the provided push rod to hook up the elevator servo to the elevator horn, and to go back to the front of the fuselage, install your receiver, connect it up to all of the leads that are labelled in the front there, and then put the ply plate back in place. You should find extra screws in a packet to make sure that is held in place. So with that assembly done, all I had to do was to put the receiver in, connect that up. That was easy to do, and program it with my 3 position rates and 30% expo on everything. And now I'm going to put in a 4S 3000 pack and take it for a spin. See how it goes.
So that action was over maybe 10 flights this afternoon in what a late, a mid-October day here in the south of England. Now the test of this is I had 5 other planes to fly today and review, and they did not come out of the van because I've enjoyed flying this so much and capturing the different angles, while it was flying. So much fun to fly. Before getting to the flying, it looks fantastic. It's a great scheme, great scale detail on this. The pilot, the cockpit, the lights, everything about it really looks good in the sky. You can get it in a red or the blue scheme. But flying, well, the power on 4S, I went up to a 4S 4000 for longer flight. Absolutely fantastic. You can fly it as a trainer, fly it aerobatically. Absolutely brilliant. And it really does teach you to use rudder. You have to use rudder coupled with the ailerons to get really good flight characteristics out of it. Flies fast, exceptional flying slow, nice on the flaps as well. So there's nothing I don't like about it. I wouldn't have thought I would enjoy a Cessna that much this afternoon, but it's been a huge amount of fun to fly it. So thanks for watching. If you fancy one of these, the link is in the video description and the pinned comment, but please make sure that you use my discount code. You can get like up to 10% off. I think everybody could use that individually on your account. You can use that code once, and it's well worth doing. 10% off on a plane like this is not a small chunk of change. So blown away, really enjoyed it. Not what I expected for a high wing scale Cessna, but I'm going to bring it out fairly often, during the winter months, because I've enjoyed it so much today. Brilliant. Thanks for watching anyway. If you don't follow Essential RC, please click that subscribe or follow button. Really appreciate it. And click like. That would really help me as well. Thanks again. Bye.